Okay, welcome everyone to some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I have no idea what I'm playing today, but we're gonna see. Let's. I don't know. There's, like I said before, there's not really that much I want to do anymore for the game, at least this year, because I've already finished the Greater Player run. I've finished Greater Minotaur run. Like I've broken a world record this year. Like there's too many achievements that I've already gotten, and there's like not that much that I really want to do. At least until I come back till next year. So like right now, it's just been kind of interesting to see what kind of things that I would do when I'm playing. I did lose that halfling from the previous game, which is kind of frustrating. I don't really want to play another halfling. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. We haven't done an ogre mage before, or we haven't done an ogre mage in a long time. The first time we did it, I think I'm going to revisit the classic ogre fire elementalist from the first was the fourth, I think, series of the entire season of the entire channel. Sorry, it was really quite an interesting achievement for me to get. I managed to get an ogre fire elementalist to lair, to vaults, and I died in there, but we'll see if my knowledge has improved over the last year because I have had quite a bit more experience playing Crawl as a mage. Sorry, I'm just moving my mouse. So maybe perhaps I will be able to, you know, make good of this. I was thinking just previously, like just before I started recording, actually, that it was really interesting how a player can like develop different skills in this game. Uh, I am a beginner, I guess one could say, at law, and um, I like to see things as all connected and stuff. So when it comes to crawl, I like to think that the more experience you get in terms of like building a background for yourself, the better you'll be at the game. So it's kind of interesting to think. I had a point to make and then I butchered it, so you'll have to forgive me for that. D2 adder is really bad for us. We need to get somewhere out of range of that thing. Gonna go down the unknown staircase. Okay, there's another one here, so looks like we're not gonna be able to escape the fate. Okay, managed to get it out. Nice. Conjure Flame is a pretty good spell. Put it on F. So yeah, it's kind of like the more you play the game, and the more consistently you play the game, the better you're gonna be with it. For it, I guess. So there were a bunch of stuff over. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Chei, fed ass. Oh god. Oh god. Please don't kill us. Okay, we are lethally poisoned. Okay, we got a cure. That's lucky. Always lucky. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like building a precedent is really important. Building a foundation of like things to do in certain situations is really important. And playing mage for the greater player run is like a huge benefit to me for playing mage. I specifically had to play like 6 or 7 mages this year, more so than I normally would have, because I decided not to abandon the playstyle of mage. Like, so let me explain. For the first couple of runs that I did, hang on, let me think first. Ashen Zari is a decent pick because it provides us spell boosts to our EXP. Doesn't increase our range. Chebridos helps us. I'm just trying to think of like what kind of mage I want to play. At this point, it's a mix-up between Chei and Ashen Zari. Ashen Zari won't provide me quite as much benefit in terms of like combat, but he will provide me with a lot of support. Chibridos will come with the slow, but will also provide me with a lot of survivability and tankiness. All right, that's an interesting one. Let's try Chei. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just gonna try to play properly. But this does mean that I have to be a lot more careful about how I move and position myself. I can't be so arrogant. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, and also the extra int will be very useful for us as a mage, particularly because, as you can see with Ogre, we have -3 on everything, so it's very hard to stay alive, I guess, to get the XP necessary to win all this stuff, to get all these spells. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, so I like to treat the game as like, I don't know, a series of decisions, and the better you are at decision making, the more efficient you'll be, and the more consistent you'll be at winning. But yeah, I forgot the rest of the point, but yeah, I don't know. This Chei thing might be pretty interesting. Oh right, I was talking about greater player. Hang on, might be dead here, just because there's a lot of stuff. Oh god. Let's pop some stuff. Okay, that was terrible. This was also terrible. Okay, lignification's decent. Okay, we managed to take it out, good. We also pick up a flail crushing for our problems, for our trouble. We did gain blurry vision though, that's kind of scary. Okay, this is a bad spot for us to be in. Now it's not as bad. I apologize if you can hear the drums outside my house. For some reason, these people are practicing line dancing, which is an interesting pastime. Not exactly sure why they're doing that, but yeah, they're doing it, I guess. Yeah, so my first greater player run, and in general my second as well, and to some degree my third, were all mostly melee runs. They tend to even the book starts, they tend to kind of converge over to melee. I did it because it's kind of a cop out, because a lot of the races that I wanted to pick were melee focused, so I naturally gravitated towards melee, even in even when we screwed up, even when we had a book start. Sorry, I got like, I feel like I have hiccups coming on, and I'm like trying not to hiccup, so it's like, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. So, given that like that's all melee, I have like a lot less experience playing mage, and I have my reasons for not playing mage as much. One, it's slower. Two, it doesn't feel as consistent. Three, it's a lot more tedious. Like, you might think slow and tedious are the same, but it's not. It's actually like tedious, because there's a lot of running around and like doing unnecessary crap that you don't have to do as a melee, and there's a lot more kind of like unnecessary decision making, I guess. It's hard to explain, but yeah. Alright, let's get the Flail of Crushing and the Rod. So the Rod of Clouds at this stage in the game might be overpowered. Yeah, so this is Rain Clouds, and Rain Clouds... Oh, I don't think those ones are the ones that can give us lightning, but still. Yeah. At this stage, if we can get even Mephitic Cloud, it'd be pretty strong. Triangular thing, that's inaccuracy, okay. Got teleported, that was kind of bad. Probably should have unteleported, but at some point you gotta understand that it's not worth it. Oh, this close cloak is screwing us over. Okay, we might be screwed then. We're lower on... We have not a lot of armor. Oh, actually, at -1 AC... Oh god, sorry. At -1, the cloak is not actually decreasing armor, it's just putting us at 0 net armor. Cloaks naturally give +1, so... Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a bit muddled because there's a lot of things that's going on right now. You need to find remove curse ASAP though. That much I know for sure. Okay, level 7. Actually kind of want the sticky flame on C and the throw flame on B. Oops. Oh, sorry, on D. That makes it a little bit... it's not more comfortable, but it's just what I should be used to. Okay, gotta remember that because of Chei, I can't move quite as easily as I used to. Okay, this inaccuracy and the cloak can go. There should be another cloak somewhere on D4, yeah. So this one's +0, so it gives us +1 AC. Very good. So if I cast the spell here, it doesn't do anything. Rain clouds, unfortunately, do not do much. But you can kind of use steam damage from the flame tongue, which is also fairly useful. An imp, okay. Oh, we killed in one hit, wow. Okay. I dig. We need to turn something off at some point and train invocations. We need to use the invo a little bit more, but at this point in time we can't actually afford to. I think we just have to deal with it for now, going involess. One of the problems with running -3 on every single one of this, you're going to end up with a lot of problems. Crap, we need to paralyze. Paralysis is really overpowered in this early stage in the game. I'm actually going to ID that. Okay, it's empty. That's bad. Probably should have ID'd it earlier, but I was kind of not really aware of what I was doing. But yeah, for the fourth greater player run, I actually decided to do a lot more book starts because I felt like it would be more appropriate for the channel, I guess, to not just cop out and go full book starts every time. But you know, it has its ups and downs. Okay, this is kind of bad. We're gonna... Crap. Okay, this is pretty bad. Is that freezing? Okay, we need something to like kill him ASAP, but we don't have enough mana for that. We're gonna have to just back off, I think. I'm gonna have to play a lot more carefully because you gotta remember that these things will deal damage to me as we're running away, so gotta be very careful. Okay, this is a little bit better of a position. Okay, we did like no damage to him. Oh god. Okay. This is quite bad. Let's get a... Okay. Trying to read a buff spell. I just need one more mana. One more mana. Okay, we killed them. Never mind. Nice. That was good for us, because that makes all our spells a lot more castable. Okay. Like I said, it's pretty bad. You gotta be pretty careful with this kind of build. Not build, sorry. Build is a stupid word. This kind of like setup, I guess. +6 short sword of minus telly can tam RLX strength +5. Minus telly is unacceptably bad for this character. Cannot afford it. Cure Mute actually is really important here. We might actually pop it right now because it gets rid of two bad mutations in a period of time where you're not really likely to get another mutation. So like, if I clean myself now, I'm probably not going to get another bad one for a long time. So yeah. And Blurry Vision is also really almost unacceptably bad. So yeah. Okay, Sticky Flame should be, yeah, Sticky Flame's almost castable now, like consistently castable, which is really good. Starting to pick up a lot of intelligence from Chei because of the stat boost that he gives. I don't know how much it's giving me right now, but it's quite a lot, I assume. Unfortunately, it's got nothing to do without dodging yet. We're going to probably have to train that at some point. Okay, identify. +6 Ring of Protection. My fucking god, that is incredible. That actually is amazing. That like actually doubles. That more than doubles our defenses right now. If we win the game, it's literally just because of that. Like you can attribute it to that alone. That is insane. Like what the hell? That was really good luck. Alright, cool. I mean, it's still like understandably good, but like it's really good. Want to stress that. Okay, nothing thus far that we really care too much about. Temple, not really that good because we already got a god. Another remove curse, that's very helpful. Gonna cast. We need to actually put a flamed cloud. Okay, never mind. We didn't get a chance to. I was gonna say I could put a cloud of conjured flame on that orc warrior. That would have been pretty good. Potion of Lignification is a definite auto pickup for this character. Halfling Scald. Okay. Should be not terrible to fight. Yeah, he's an idiot, so he'll just walk straight into my fire. What a dumbass, god. I'm gonna put Fireball on, but I'm not gonna use it yet. It's at 17% fail rate, which is okay, but it's not great. Okay, Orc Priests, they're not too bad for us. The good thing about this character is that because of the massive health pool that Ogre provides, I'm gonna be like pretty consistently good against Orc Priests who won't be able to. Whoops. Like, Orc Priests can't really kill me that easily because Smite is not that good against me. Falchion of Venom is a tempting pickup, but I think the Crushing Flail is just pretty much as good or better. Particularly because we can eventually train like some really good Mason Flails and just beat up stuff. This point doesn't really matter. The short sword of Venom is actually probably better though, I'd say. Because Venom is really important against killing non-ARP targets. I do like the flat damage, don't get me wrong, but of the Flail of Crushing, but ultimately it's just not as good. Alright, Fireball here is really good. Okay, we managed to summon a really bad thing for us, but that's acceptable risk, I guess. Flame Vortex. I don't know how much damage it can do, but it won't do 93 damage in one turn, so I'm not too afraid of it. I'd say like the most it would do is like 40 or something crazy like that, and I'd be pretty pissed if it did 40. Okay, so the fact that it moved over there means there's something up here, which I was correct in saying. That was the Orc Wizard that went invisible. Okay, so can't learn Swiftness. Inner Flame is not a good spell, if you were wondering why I didn't level it up. It's just a bad spell in general. At this point in time, we could probably turn the fire magic down a little bit and train some invocations. We want to keep the fighting up because it's pretty much our only defense right now. It's going to be replacing our dodging for a very long time. Unfortunately, we're not going to have much in the way of defense. Or perhaps we could get some more dodging. I don't know if it scales off dex. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, so I'm like hesitant to say that's the right choice. Alright, but oh, we picked up another spellbook. Okay, so from here, Confusion looks pretty good. Just as a nice hex to pick up. Not sure if I want to use it though. I guess we'll pick it up. But it's not like we want to use it that often. Let's go ahead and get this staff. Staff of Fire. That's pretty insane how good that is, because you can actually like hit stuff with it, which is not as incredible, but it increases all the power of our fire spells, which is pretty good. I don't know by how much. It doesn't seem to be like incredibly so right now, but that's fine, I guess. Unless they changed it, maybe. No, it still gives us more fire spells. That's good. But for some odd reason, it oh well, it doesn't show in the pips, I guess. But that's fine. Alright, Dagger of Speed. Not something we really care for. Are there any robes that we didn't pick up? No, okay. We're good. Alright. I probably should put this weapon on Shift A, but I'm not going to. I'm too lazy. This guy has a Wand of Flame, that's not bad. Gonna ID the Brass Ring. It's Cursed Loudness, that's fine. ID some of these potions. Might is okay, I guess. It's not amazing. I have a feeling this cyan what do you call it? The cyan potion might not be that good, just because I found it in that kobold den. As I said before, that kobold den used to be a deep dwarf den, and it used to have heal wounds and curing. Now it seems to only have shitty potions. I don't know why. So yeah, keep an eye out on the cyan. Oh, it's ambrosia. Never mind. Ambrosia and degeneration. I guess that's the two that will show up there. It's supposed to be a euphemism for alcohol. It's kind of funny. There used to be potions of confusion. They also used to be in. There's like this orc fiesta. Oh my god, what the? Okay, this is actually really bad for us. We're gonna have to like be pretty careful with how we deal with this. There's a lot of enemies there that I can't actually kill easily. So I'm just gonna have to step pull really slowly and just make sure that I don't take too much damage at any time. Okay. I'm gonna go over here, I guess. I apologize if you can hear any fan noises or anything, by the way. The reason why that's the case is because I've got aircon on. This is bad. Let's fireball here. Fireballing ourselves is not terrible because we have RF. It's not a great idea, but it'll do, I guess. Seems like our damage is being boosted quite a bit by the stat boosts. Having 29 strength is gonna do that to you. You naturally will have a lot more damage than you normally would. But I'm still not going to. I'm going to pretend that it's not there though. I don't want to mix myself up and believe that I'm a melee when I'm not. Let's see. So right now, our spells are mostly all castable. Conjurations is going up nicely. Fighting is going up. Invocations is going up a little bit, but we need to get step from time down to about 5%, which will involve about 10 to 12 invocation skill. We want dodging at some point. Spell casting we kind of want to keep on for the melee. Actually, we'll turn it off and we'll put some dodging in. But note that that's only temporary. We do want to keep spellcasting on as much as possible because it's a magic skill that actually has positive aptitudes, which is very rare for a character like this. Sorry, for at least Ogre. You don't really have many positive aptitude magics. So I gotta be pretty careful. Okay. Throw Flame seems to be doing okay here as like a long range poke. It's basically a magic dart for 2 mana. It's not amazing, but it'll do. Hit him with the Flail of Crushing actually. It's probably a bit better. Okay. The Fireball seems to be doing ridiculous amounts of damage because of how I don't know, because of how like much int we have. It's like really high spell power for at least for like what comparatively to like what a normal mage would have. So it's doing like way more damage than you'd expect. Same goes kind of with Throw Flame as well. It's doing a lot of damage. You can really see it. It's like punching through targets it shouldn't be able to. Pull up. With the +6 Ring of Protection, we're taking like so much less damage. So much less. Yeah, a lot less, I guess, than we normally would, so it's really strong. Okay, Maurice will die to Sticky Flame. There's no way he's going to survive this. Yeah. Cloak Invisibility is great for us. Also gives us 2 AC, which makes us really potent. +1 Ring of Evasion is not worth +2 Intelligence, I think. Okay, so the Sky Beast is right next to us. Just smack him down. Wand of Ice Blast is a great pickup. Pull away from the Wyvern. It's a lot faster than us. Okay, we're at max piety with Chei, which means that we're getting +15 to all boosts, all stats. Alright, let's see. Conjurations is good. Fireballs at 8%. Invocations is still too high. Still too low, sorry. Sonya, Fireballs will take care of her. Wow, in 1 hit. Jesus. Career Needles are great, but I don't have the time to be training throwing, I guess. I don't think I do anyway. I might, but whatever, I'll just use other stuff for now. Yeah. So my thoughts on Chei, like, because I completely forgot to give them to you. Like a lot of people would assume that I hate Chei. That's not really the case. I don't hate him. I just think that he's not that consistent, and to an extent, he is definitely not as consistent as other gods. Like there will be times where Chei screws you over, and I'm not really a fan of that. Anytime that like a god actively fucks you up is like, it indicates to me at least that it's not a good god. Ah, shit. Okay, she was over there. I misjudged the distance. Because of that I took a lot of damage. Whoops. Like, Chei requires you to play a different way, and also occasionally puts you in an unavoidable spot where you just die and it's really hard to get out without consumables. And the stat boosts, like it's mostly just like a reaction thing because a lot of people like to, like a lot of new players will like blindly advocate him because they think stats are overpowered, and they'll like just say the stupidest things, and it pisses me off. Like seriously, sometimes like when players talk and they like have no idea what they're talking about, it's just like the most frustrating thing ever. It's so hard to like just be like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Please understand that you are incorrect in this instance. They'll just be like, no, 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 no. Like fucking Chei's the best. It's like, god damn it, dude, just listen. Got like what, 200 and something wins, and you've got like 0, and you're telling me Chei's better? Come on, man. At least give me like, just give me the time of day, you know? Like I wanna let you understand exactly what you're saying before you say it. Hey, I want to teleport. And a scroll of brand weapon, which we aren't going to use because we don't want it. All the weapons we're holding right now are held for a reason because they have good brands. It would be counterintuitive to go against that. Okay, this Manticore might fuck us up really bad. Let's hit him with a wand of acid beforehand, then just beat him up with the poison dagger. Oh god, this is one of those like situations where you're like, God, I hate Chei so much. Okay, we just took like 20 damage. Okay, let's blink. See, like a normal character would not have to go through this. Like at all. Like they would not, they could just walk away until they had enough health. This Chei character had to waste a scroll blinking. It's like one of those situations where you're just like, this is why Chei's bad. Like against 10 speed enemies, you're supposed to be like completely, like almost entirely invulnerable, which is the reason why random energy exists to like counteract that a little bit. But like here, it's just like, nope, get shit on, kid. And sometimes you just, you know, completely SOL. And it's unfortunate, but it's just the truth. Okay, we are going to be in a pretty bad situation here unless we can get something. Okay, never mind. It seems that our okay, how do we do this? Let's get the flail of crushing first, beat that thing up. Okay, looks like we're about to take a buttload of damage. Let's teleport here. Like in that situation, not being Chei probably would have saved us as well because we would have just been able to walk away from that white. Split the pack a little better, you know. Like Chei works very counterintuitively or counterproductively to the, I guess, classic dungeon crawl stone soup like mechanics. The ability to walk away is so incredibly important, and against enemies like that, we might actually be just straight dead. Like, I'm talking about the ugly thing, by the way. Okay, this is slightly better, but we have nowhere to shoot. Like here, we're gonna have to spend a lot of stuff to get rid of this thing. Hopefully Ice Blast can take him out. There we go, thank god. Like we had to use a blinking when we normally wouldn't have had to. We just walked away. Or used the teleport, I guess. But to be fair, that's also because we're a fire elementalist, and it does mean that taking out those specific enemies is quite difficult. Like it normally would be not too hard. Like here, it's not terribly bad. We did end up using like all our mana, but yeah, it's kind of to be expected. Let's turn dodging off, turn spellcasting back on. Invocations is going well. Could probably use Slouch at some point. I am like happy to just fireball myself at this point because I have RF and I'm also like I know exactly how much damage it's gonna do, and I know exactly how much damage it's gonna do to the enemy, and I can I can balance, I guess, the negative and positive. So like I don't suggest you guys do that. I suggest that you just try to look for a better position, but I don't know. I'm comfortable just doing that because I know it's a very controlled environment, I guess. Anyway, that about wraps it up for today. This is Chei, Ogre Fire Elementalist, which is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting concept in and of itself. I haven't even been able to use god abilities. I'm probably going to take a look at that next part. So yeah, hopefully this series is interesting. Um, if I sound like I'm dejected or anything, it's not that. It's just that I'm pretty stressed out because like I'm not doing any work where work needs to be done, and also I'm kind of sick right now. I've been like sleeping and bleeding and like just generally hurting a lot. So it's been like rough couple of days. Um, the speedrun series was a little bit of a like I guess bit of like a time gap. I guess I created a little bit of a how do you explain this? Bit of a buffer, I guess. Like we went. I think I'm recording this for Monday, which is today is Sunday, so I'm 1 day in advance now, which is gonna be really useful if I get really sick, which I could. I feel like sickness is coming on. Summer's like starting to come back, or spring, like, and it's really starting to get hot, and I don't do really well in the heat, so I might get a bit sick, So if I do get sick, you might see me show that a little bit, but I'll try to with the 1 day buffer and hopefully maybe even a 2 day buffer, I'll be able to, you know, be sick and then not have it affect the channel, which is obviously very important to me. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you enjoyed this in general. And yeah, Chei run. Wow, who would have thought, right? All right. Well, see you guys next time.